She's the one they envy. That's why they copy. I know some of you have been watching closely, scrolling through my posts, watching my stories, checking who's tagged, who's standing next to me, who laughs at my jokes when the camera is rolling. And lately, I've seen the same pattern. People trying to look like her, talk like her, move like her. It's wild, isn't it? How they act like they hate her, like they can't stand her name coming out of my mouth. But every move they make is a shadow of hers. So I'm saying it here tonight, clear for everyone. She's the one they envy. That's why they copy. She didn't ask for it. She never tries to be louder than them. She doesn't post all day trying to prove her worth. She doesn't sit online trying to drag someone down just to feel taller. She just is. She's soft where she needs to be soft. Strong where she needs to be strong. Quiet when the world wants her to fight back. And real when everyone else is busy pretending. That's why they copy her. Because they can't stand how she keeps shining while they keep making noise that nobody remembers tomorrow. They hate that she's calm while they're loud. They hate that she has my full respect without ever having to chase it. It's funny, you know? They roll their eyes when her name comes up. Oh, she's nothing special. She's not even all that. But you'll catch them checking her style, changing their hair, stealing her words, and trying to flip them like they came up with it first. They can't admit it, but it eats at them inside, knowing that no matter how close they stand, no matter how many times they try to be next to me, they can't move her from her place, because her place is inside, not beside. Inside my head, inside my chest, inside every plan I make when the world's not watching. You can copy a pose, you can copy a smile, but you can't copy how someone makes you feel safe when the lights go off. You can't fake the patience she has for my mess. You can't recreate the nights she stayed up when nobody clapped for me, telling me to get back up when I thought I was done. So let them keep trying, keep watching her page, keep borrowing her shine like it's theirs to sell. All they're really proving is that she's everything they wish they could be. Calm, untouchable, real enough to stand quiet while the noise tries to outshine her. And while they're busy being her echo, she's too busy being my peace. That's the part they'll never copy. You want to know what makes it even more clear to me? It's the little things, the tiny details they don't think I notice, but I always do. One day she changes how she does her hair. Simple, nothing flashy, just her way of being herself. Next thing I know, 2, 3 of them pop up with the same style. Like, maybe if they look a little more like her, I'll see them the way I see her. But that's where they get it wrong. See, I didn't fall for her because of a hairstyle, or a dress, or the way she tilts her head when she laughs. I fell for the way she makes everything around her feel softer just by standing there, the way she doesn't need to shout, "Look at me," because you can't help but look anyway. They think it's about looks. They think it's about outfits, about trends, about copying captions that sound like hers, but hit empty when they say it. They don't get that. What she has can't be worn, it can't be posted, it can't be filtered or borrowed for a story. You know what she does when she sees it? When someone tries to mimic her down to the last word, she smiles. A real calm smile that tells me she knows exactly who she is and who they're not. She never calls them out. She never claps back. She never stoops down to prove she's original, because she doesn't need to. She says to me, let them try. If they want to carry my name on their lips, let them, it only makes me bigger. And she's right. Every time they copy, they remind everyone that the blueprint started with her. When she walks into a room, she doesn't ask for the light. She brings it with her. When they walk in, they're looking for someone else's shine to borrow, because they don't know how to build their own. That's why she's untouchable. That's why she's my calm in a world full of noise. That's why when people whisper, why her? Why not someone louder? Someone easier to keep up with? Because they think loud is strong, but they don't know how strong quiet can be when you're sure of yourself. So yeah, she's the one they envy. And they'll keep copying, keep talking, keep trying to step where she already stands. But the crown doesn't move. Just because the crowd tries to wear it for a day, let them try. She's not going anywhere, and neither am I. You know what I love most? That she never lets their noise shake her. Never tries to prove she's better, because she knows she doesn't have to. I see her scroll sometimes, past the fake pages, the lookalikes, the ones who post little hints and half-lies to make people guess they're close to me. She could call them out in one line if she wanted to. She could drop one truth and shut them all down. But she never does. She just turns to me with that calm smile and says, they can have the followers. They can't have you. And right there, one line, no shouting. She ends it. Because that's the part they can't touch. They can copy her photos, copy her captions, try to copy the way she looks at me when she thinks nobody's watching. But they can't fake what I feel when I see her in a room. The shift in my chest, the quiet that settles in my head when her eyes find mine and tell me, I'm still here, I'm still yours. That's why I never run to defend her when people throw shade, because she doesn't need me to. She's strong enough to stand alone, but soft enough to stand with me when I need her to. That balance, they'll never copy that part. They think it's about catching my eye for a moment. They don't get that. She's the reason I close my eyes and still feel home. Even in the middle of 1,000 voices trying to tell me who else I could be with. They wonder why they can't replace her. Why they keep trying but never get past the door. It's simple. You can't fake patience. You can't fake loyalty when nobody's watching. You can't fake staying when leaving would be easier. And that's what she does better than any of them. So let them wear her style like it's theirs. Let them drop half hints and wish for her place. I promise you, every time they do it, they only remind me why she's the only one I'd choose in a room full of copies. Because envy makes people noisy. Jealousy makes them loud. But real love is quiet, unbothered, and impossible to duplicate. No matter how hard they try. She's the one they envy, that's why they copy. But no copy ever replaces the original, and I'd bet my whole name on that every single time. Sometimes late at night, when we're both too tired to talk but too awake to sleep, I look at her and wonder if she even knows how big her shadow is. How so many people stand in it, pretending they're standing in her light. She'll be lying next to me, hair all messy, eyes half closed, and she'll mumble something soft like, ignore them. They'll get tired, and maybe they will. But envy has long legs. It keeps people running in circles long after the race is lost. The funny part is, she never asked for this. She never asked to be the blueprint they all watch. She never wanted to be the reason someone changes their voice, changes their style, changes their whole vibe just to look like they belong in a spot that's already taken. She's just her. She shows up quiet, listens more than she talks, doesn't fight for a seat at my table because she knows the seat is hers, no matter who else is standing around pretending they have a claim. Sometimes people say to me, bro, why don't you call them out, shut them up, prove they're faking it? And I could, trust me, I could drop one line that burns all the copies to ashes. But why would I waste my breath? When the real thing is sitting right here, calm as the moon, untouched by the noise, too busy living the life they wish they could fake for a week. You can copy her posts. Try to dress like her. Try to laugh like her. But you can't copy what she does when the world isn't watching. The quiet way she takes my phone from my hand when my head's too heavy to hold up. The way she makes me breathe deeper just by saying, it's okay, you're home now. You can't copy trust built in silence. You can't copy late night prayers she whispers when she thinks I'm sleeping. You can't copy the part of her that stays when the lights go off and there's no audience left to clap for her being perfect. That's the difference. That's why they envy her. Because no matter how many times they study her from the outside, they can't crack what makes her unshakable on the inside. So yeah, she's the one they envy. That's why they copy. And that's why they'll always lose. Because you can borrow a look, but you can't borrow the soul that makes it priceless. I remind her of that every time she thinks about dimming her shine just to make other people comfortable. And she just smiles at me. Half proud, half shy, like she still doesn't fully see how much bigger she is than their cheap copies. She's my proof that when it's real, you don't have to shout it. You just keep living, keep loving, keep standing still, while the world tries to catch up and never quite does. There's something beautiful about watching her walk through all the noise, like it's nothing. Sometimes I stand back just to see it. The way heads turn, whispers start, phones lift to take pictures. They think she doesn't notice, but she does. She sees it all, the eyes watching too close, the smiles too fake, the copies waiting for her to drop something they can pick up and wear like it's theirs. But she never lets it change her. She never puts on armor. She doesn't fight the whispers with more whispers. She fights it by staying soft, staying real, staying exactly who she was before the envy ever showed up. You know what makes people envy her more than anything? It's not her face, or her laugh, or the way she stands beside me like she's not worried about losing her spot. It's the quiet, the calm that comes from knowing she didn't chase this. She didn't force it, post about it, beg for it. She became it just by showing up, honest when everybody else was showing up loud. When I tell you she's the one they envy, believe me, I see it up close. I see the looks people give her sweet to her face, sharp the second she turns around. They call her lucky because they don't see what she holds when nobody's clapping for her. They don't see the nights she cries when the weight of everyone watching gets too heavy. They don't see how much she forgives just to keep her peace from breaking. And when they try to copy her, thinking they can steal her shine just because they stand near me, they don't realize she's the reason I even shine at all. They don't see that it's her silence that keeps my head clear enough to walk into any room knowing who I am, who I want, and who I'll protect, no matter who's watching.